Now, today marks the day before the third Wembley Cup. Okay, I'm about to head over on a plane flight this morning. But more importantly, it also marks the day that the Fortress is graced with new football goals. About to take the first shot, and it's got to be a good one. For the first goal, it's a big moment. I feel like we need a ribbon. That was a really good finish. Do you see how springy that was? Well, he's just go for the first crossbar hit, too. It's a good day. We're just sitting at lunch. Now we had a few pre-match little discussions going on that Steven Gerrard wasn't playing, alright? Now usually you just dismiss these, but it came from Seb. He's quite a serious bloke, alright? So that's why you believe him. Turns out he's having us all on. So Gerrard is playing, that's confirmed, that's a big thing. There's a couple of hours before the game yet. He's got his carbs on board. Worried.
You've got no flip screens, you know what you're seeing.
Yeah, I haven't got a very good camera this year, that's what Harry's referring to. It has no autofocus. I can't tell what this video is going to end up like. It could just be my face out of focus for the entire thing. I think we're the only two who are filming Ronaldo recently, so...
Well, can't freeze it, but he didn't get invited to Wembley Cup because he's bad at football.
yeah, and all the other things.
No, we won't talk about that.
No. Right, Billy, what is your score prediction?
I'm on the hashtag side. I reckon it's going to be about good. No, I'm joking. 5-3.
5-3?
Down 5-3. I think it's going to be quite a close game. I mean, 5-3 don't sound close, but it's going to be close. We're going to nick it at the end.
Biggest crowd in a football game in YouTube history, isn't it?
Our back four is absolutely it's really bad. It's really bad.
I mean, it's amazing. Like, literally, I haven't ever seen a back four with so much chemistry. We're in. Look at this guy. I've never seen a more focused person in my life.
Man, next to Hesh.
Oh yeah. Same seat. Same seat. First Wembley Cup. Right here. Right, this is a high standard team. We got Stevie G just chilling over there. I reckon we can swap David James. Who was he? You wouldn't notice.
We've got to make good use of these guys, the pros, the former players.
Yeah.
And believe you me, we've got World Cup winners, FA Cup winners, every, and we've got Robbie as well. So what we...
That explains why Robbie Savage was so angry then. Okay, and then it was time to walk out on the pitch and game time. It feels very surreal and very cool to say that this is the third time I have walked out onto Wembley Stadium. So I think I'll say it again. This is the third time I've walked out onto Wembley Stadium, so thank you lot.
Couple of cameras, pressure goes up, and some people buckle under the pressure.
Yeah. Going into this was definitely going to be the toughest YouTube game I've certainly played in so far. Because I played against the hashtag guys, I knew what they were about, I knew how compact and solid they are. Added into that, William Gallas, Jimmy Conrad, Robbie Fowler, Robbie Savage. It's going to be tough and it's going to be physical. We had 34,000 in the end, which is the biggest crowd we've played in front of yet. As usual, I'm going to go through the game, go through the highlights and my personal highlights as well. So hope you've got a spare 1 minute and 13 seconds. Saying hello to Martin Kieran each year as well these days. It's just like seeing an old friend. Hashtag lined up with the classic 4-4-2. You cannot beat the 4-4-2 Sunday League team. I like that. We lined up with the team completely different to what they showed on the board. Josh Peters was definitely not up front. Billy wasn't playing. Jeremy moved up front and I was playing as like the top of the diamond. Everyone goes for the concentrated look when you do the graphics photo, but it's always quite funny how they come out. We had the likes of... And then we had Steven Gerrard as the pick of the bunch to bring on from midfield. It was so surreal at times, just being like, "Oh, Stevie, pick up your man." You know, Stevie Stevie. Also, something that hit me the most, we've never had like proper refs. So we had like John Moss and like Mike Riley giving us like the talks in the changing room, which was, that like almost hit me more than the legends, weirdly. Most of you will know by this point, this was not our best, well, my best performance, certainly, anyway. I hardly got the ball, I only played 45 minutes, so I think I'm gonna have to just analyze like every touch, every time I get on the ball. You know what? I need those mid-roll ads. But on a serious note, otherwise I'd just be going over what everyone else has already gone over with the highlights, so we're gonna do that. Alright, anyway, the game kicked off, and I got the second touch on the ball. If you've seen my videos before, you'll know my campaign about not passing it backwards from the center, okay? And this is another one to the huge catalogue. Luckily, we got away with it. Apparently, a dive from Ryan Adams. Now, Harry played a couple of wicked through balls down the line, alright? And this is this first one. Couldn't really do much with that except just try and keep it on the pitch. I think looking back, having Harry and Josh playing as right and left backs was a mistake, because Harry plays so well as a sweeper. Having said that, he can still pull out magic moments like this. Do you remember when that Ronaldinho video of him like dropping the ball dead and just controlling it dead went round? I'm telling you, kids are going to be trying to replicate that piece of genius for years to come. Oh, and of course we had Lawrence and True Geordie back, which was a huge bonus. I did think about sitting at home just because I wanted to listen to them for an hour or two. One day the podcast is coming, one day. We just need to get it sorted. I maybe should have tried to take a few more people on. Like, I got the ball out on the wing here. Nice bit of play from Kieran. I was expecting Josh to just whip that straight in. But, you know, it's not really in a centre-back's rule book. Sean's really good in centre mid for us, actually. Makes a tackle there. Nice spread it out wide to Josh. Nice bit of play here. And we got on the attack. It just didn't quite come off for us. I was open there. You see me? That's in the hole. That's right in the hole. Then Manny gets the ball in the wing. Chips it into me. I tried to lay one back for Jeremy, who managed to get a touch on it, and then Jimmy Conrad's there again. Of course he is. Charlie Morley tries a rollover, and Harry has absolutely no time for that. I don't even need to. I have so much respect for hashtag. They actually saved me the time of saying the Sunday League cliches. Rule number 1 in Sunday League rulebook is, even if it's a compound fracture, you tell the ref you got the ball. You tell him, alright? Because he needs to know. I really shouldn't be encouraging this sort of behaviour. Disclaimer, if you break someone's leg, do not tell them that you got the ball instead of calling an ambulance. And then 10 minutes in, Steven Gerrard comes up alongside us to play in midfield. What a surreal moment that was. Gerrard, in your head, he doesn't, like in the world of football, he doesn't seem that fast, but when you're playing alongside him, like, he's so quick off the mark. It's ridiculous. Tackles started flying in all over the place, and Gerrard absolutely skips past Spencer. Immediately, things had changed. Oh, here we go. There's another touch from me. Subscribe. From one legend on our team to another, Robbie Savage comes on to mixed reception, and he absolutely loved it. You can see it in his face. To be fair, didn't take him too long to get stuck in either. Right, and I was on corner kick duty. My first 2 weren't brilliant, but it is quite nice, like, getting closer to the crowd, because when you're on the pitch, it's just a bit of a blur. But my first one is a bit too close to first man. Sorry, Spencer gets that one away. And Sean. Right, and then it didn't take Robbie Savage too long to get stuck in. Barely studs up on Manny, and then halves Gian Garnier right there. I don't know if that's an elbow to the face. How is that not a yellow at least? I don't know. Maybe I'm made. I think Sean took it quite well, to be fair to him. Thing is, if that's Granit Xhaka, he gets, you know, sent off, 4-game ban, and probably his family and kids taken away from him. I think it's inside about 1 minute. Then we had a 2-footer from Robbie Savage, so living up to his reputation, I can't fault him for that. I'm moving on. I almost got the ball. It almost did. It's a free kick though, but pretty close, alright? Pretty close. Nice ball from Kieran into me. I'm hacked down. Yeah, this is... Are you not entertained? And then we had a ball in from Sean, and I tried to flick it on. Didn't really work though. Cleared by Jimmy Conrad. Thanks again, Jimmy. Top bloke. I know it's that classic thing I say, but we just had so many nearly moments. Look at this. If this goes anywhere but where Daniel Cutting puts it, like me or Stevie are on that. Again, very strange to say. Right, then my second corner of the game, definitely not the best corner or even the second best corner of my life. And it breaks, and unfortunately they get a nice ball from Spencer there, and they get breaking with quite a lot of momentum here. They get a little bit lucky with a break there, and then our defensive line, you can just see Elliot just push up. Then the ball from Robbie Savage is played through, and we were unlucky at this bit. Kieran gets back, still goes through his legs. And yeah, bit of a tap in for Ryan Adams. Now, this was probably the only point in the game at which we could say we were unlucky to be losing. So we conceded 1-0 to them, and what we were doing is basically everyone was playing like 22 minutes, so you'd play 22 minutes, get taken off for 22 minutes, and although it gave everyone game time, it ended up just meaning that we didn't quite kind of gel together enough, which is no one's fault, but I think like in a team like Hashtag who didn't play like, you know, they were trying to give everyone else the equal amount of time on the pitch. Yeah, it's gonna happen. Right, so me and Manny got hooked off, and then Stevie G put in a cross, and Eski goes down a little easy, I think it's fair to say, but nevertheless, you got to use the contact. It's a shame I wasn't on the pitch, because I don't think anyone would have taken it away from Jezza, to be fair, but I'd have put in a strong shout, you know. I was sitting on the bench like, what can you do? What can you do? You know, I'll get one. Anyway, cannot fault the penalty from Jez at all. What side netting that one is.
Stadium goes crazy, absolutely crazy. And there's yet more ridiculous music. What has this game come to?
Lawrence isn't a fan of the music. I agree with Lawrence. The music was a bit wacky at times. And then suddenly we had a period of domination, which is not what you want when you've just been taken off. But no, it was down to Heskey mainly. We thought it was in. Right, ball in from Pollock, and we get quite an effective clearance from Elliott. David James looks quite comfortable with that situation. Don't know if he should be. It's not exactly a clearance that strikes fear into the hearts of your opposition, more your own goalkeeper. Anyway, then ball comes out, other end of the pitch, and Harry chips one to the back post. Imagine the scenes if that goes in, alright? Does that not say a man who knows what he's doing? Vooch has come on instead of someone. I'd love to know who it was, but they haven't even been given a name. It's just player off. That's the level of disrespect.
Oh, I love seeing families having great times together.
And I love seeing kids dabbing.
Someone check Lawrence's hard drive. Martin Keown would have been proud of that reducer. Toby puts on Sam Adams there. And then Scott Pollock, yeah, again, kind of rinses Harry. He was up against the tough one there. And then David James drops it. Literally did everything so well except for that moment. And that was just before half-time. So, you know, the football cliche, conceding before half-time wasn't ideal. But anyway, I got back on the pitch after half-time. A few of us came on, so don't worry. We'll have some more clips of me passing it sideways and getting tackled in midfield again. I got another touch on the ball. Really not much to shout about at this point. Gave it to Manny. Tried to make a little run. Nothing to show. Yeah, that really was that clip. All right. Anyway, then Theo tries to take me on. I was having none of it. Elbow to the face, I think he was claiming. Get up, but you know, because he seemed to be in a bit of pain. I could hear him. Decided to give it back to them, you know, sportsman guy I am. Cheers, boys, no worries. And then Spence tried a little cheeky take on. I was like, come on now, come on. Just a team full of sportsman-like people. Josh Peters, straight back to them, you know, have another attack. Crossed another one into our box. Alright, now, okay, now before this clip, right, I will just say Ryan Adams, one of the nicest hashtag guys there is, alright, and 90% of his time on the pitch, exactly the same. I don't want to seem like I'm whinging, because, you know, the winners of this game were the fair winners, but, like, this tackle, that is straight over the ball. If I put my leg in there, if I actually connect with the ball and didn't pull out, alright, and went for the ball, like, there's a good chance of my leg being broken by that, alright? True Geordie even goes in commentary. I can't remember what he says.
ChrisMD's played a vital role sitting deep again.
Oh, that could have been a bad one, that.
I don't know how I didn't notice it at the time, like at all. Like, all joking aside, that's an awful tackle. And this is one of the most frustrating clips I've ever seen. Right, Manny at the time sticks so you can see me. Look at my reaction here. As Manny puts that, I'm like, what's he doing? Like, that's a certain penalty. I think the commentary was fair play to him for staying on his feet. People complain about diving. I've said this before. People complain about diving in football. And, like, if you don't reward that, that's a foul, alright? The English narrative is to say if he goes down, he gets the penalty. Fair play for staying on his feet. Anywhere else on the pitch, you get given that as a foul, okay? What's the point in staying on your feet? It just promotes diving. Referees need to give that as a foul. Otherwise, players are going to keep going down. And if that score had been close, Scott had gone into the changing rooms at the end of the game, his teammates would be saying, why didn't you go down? I know it is a difficult one for refs because it's blurred lines, but you have to give those. You have to give those. Otherwise, players are going to keep diving. William Gallas just broke up everything. Him and Jimmy Conrad made our lives horrible. I had a nice little back heel back to Sian Garnier there. And then Jeremy was away. Had a nice bit of passing here. So a bit more of the ball. Darren Cutting unfortunately gets that. Not the best pass in the world from me. And then I did get my third corner of the game. And this one was much better, alright? That is exactly where you want to be putting it. With a nice bit of whip onto that 6-yard box. If a I may say so myself. Right after that, this was sort of the vital goal in the game. Theo just sort of loses marker there and puts that, and there's a nice finish from Theo, and he gets his 3rd goal at Wembley, I think. So fair play to him. He's a lovely bloke, so it's really nice to see him getting his 3rd goal. That was the goal that really hurt. On to another one of Harry's wicked through balls down the line. I don't know, he does it first time. I had a nice little touch, played it inside to Jeremy. This was the one moment of the game that I was really quite frustrated about, because Stevie gets down the right wing and plays it back to me on the edge of the box. And like, my control is the one thing that I have always backed myself about. Alright, and so for it to let me down just there on the edge of the box. But at least I got Stevie G giving me a few tips on what to do next time afterwards. So I actually had a conversation with someone, I can't remember who it was, but like, we were promised kits that fit us this year. Alright, and when the kits look like they fit Jamel, you know that they're way too big. Okay, I just had a couple of like really rubbish touches. It was just frustrating. Like this one, first time you'd back yourself to play that every day of the week usually, and I just muffed it up. I could actually hear the fraud tweets coming in after that one. And then I think that was my last touch until I got taken off, yeah, a little bit early, so I came on for a little bit more at the end. Emil was back on.
88%.
Oh no.
Been successful. ChrisMD subbed off.
One of my favourite players has just gone off. I was kind of hoping there.
Cheers, Brian. Definitely my worst performance in one of these games, but I think the biggest compliment I can say to Hashtag is like everyone sort of had games like that, maybe except for like Gerard and Jeremy. Like everyone had a bit of a nothing game, you know. Steven Gerrard had a couple of really good attempts and some great saves from Jacko. The thing about Hashtag is they're such a well-organised, solid side. Making fouls like this is incredibly boring to watch for a crowd, but for winning the game, yeah, I just don't know if it was the right attitude to take in a game like this when you're 4-1 up in the 75th minute in a charity game, but not salty at all. Pollock absolutely sits down top Peters then, and then a nice ball through to Charlie. David James just tries to halve him. Absolutely takes man, and Charlie puts it in the back of the net for a really nice finish. Happy for him, because Charlie is a really nice guy as well and deserves the finish. But yeah, 5-1, and it was obvious that the crowd were on our side as well, so we were quite disappointed with that. But fair play, you know, Spencer deserves it. Oh wait, and I'm back on, hang on. I'm back on the pitch. Oh, of course, we all came back on at this point, because we were just like, oh, just might as well get some game time. And then really, I mean, this is a really well-worked goal. Plays it through, and Pollock again squares it. At the end of the day, they just had a better team than us. The fact that they had, you know, World Cup players, World Cup winners in their defence. Oh, I got a little touch on the ball here. Put Seb on his backside, which is quite nice. Billy had a little cameo, but long enough for Robbie Savage to put him on the deck. Anyway, that was the end of the game. 6-1 to Hashtag. I am, you know, so happy for Spencer because the amount of effort he puts into these each year. 6-1, you know, for playing with some of his friends at Wembley, it must have been, you know, one of the best days of his life, maybe even the best. So I don't think it was the most enjoyable game for viewers because as nice as it was for Spencer and the Hashtag boys, like, for the people coming, it was very obvious they were on our side. In games before, there's been YouTubers on both sides that you can support, and once Hashtag kind of ran away with it, like, you know, aside from Spencer and that, and as nice as the Hashtag guys are, like, that's not the reason why most people, I think, are coming to Wembley. Oh, and Joe must have got on the pitch. I didn't see him, but I suppose he must have done. It wasn't a warm day, so there's no other reason why his shirt would be off.
I think they probably had better chances, and once it gets to like 3-1, 4-1 in these games, it could be
just a strong team, and our team was a bit all over the place in places, but it was fun.
Yeah,
it was at Wembley. Who cares?
We're at Wembley. So.
Right, but at the end of the day, let's remember what's most important about these games. Who's got the most YouTube subscribers? I'm joking. Jesus, I'm joking. Alright, I'm joking. In conclusion, probably the worst game I've played in like a YouTube game so far, but I have done quite a lot of things in the previous one, so it was probably only a matter of time before I had like a mediocre one. Fair play to Hashtag. They smashed it. They deserved the win. But if you do want to see some real Sunday League content, none of this turning up at Wembley to see it, you can buy my book. Come on, I gotta take something out of this. You gotta give me something. It's a charity game, alright, and it's all for a great cause. These games keep getting bigger, and buy my book. Yeah, nailed it. Thanks for watching. See you later.